Hello everyone and welcome back to the solutions lecture for the Django challenge. What we're going to be doing in this lecture video is just going through the solutions to the previous challenge together. If you were able to figure it all out, then you can go ahead and just skip this lecture. But if you wanted to see the process gone through one more time, feel free to stick around as I go through it. I'm going to jump to the Atom text editor to get started. Okay, here I am at the Atom text editor. Now the first thing we needed to do was actually create a new Django project. So I'll just go ahead and put this under that same My Django Stuff folder that we had earlier. Make sure you change directory so you're matched to it. And then what I will go ahead and do is say Django-admin, whoops. And then I do the starts project command. Hopefully you were able to remember that. And then whatever you want to name the project. In this case, we'll call it something like Pro2. We'll hit enter, and then we can see here that the project 2 has been created. So under my Django stuff, I have this new Pro2 folder, and it's ready to go. Then the next thing I needed to do was actually create an application inside of this Pro2 project. So what I will do is change directory to be inside of Pro2. So I will say cd to Pro2, and now I should be aligned with this manage.py file. So I can call that file and then call start app and create that second app. So I will say python manage.py, and then the command I want to call for that is start app, and then let's call this something like app2. We create it, and we can see we have app2 inside of Pro2, that project 2. Great. Then the next thing we wanted to do was actually create a view. So I click here on view, and here we say create your views here. So let's fill in the needed information. The typical view we've shown you how to do so far requires that HTTP response, and we need to actually import that. We will say from Django.http import HTTP response. And then we'll go ahead and create that index view, which is going to be def to create that function, index, and then it takes in a request. And remember, this can actually be called whatever you want, but by convention it's request. And we will return that HTTP response and pass in some code. And in this case, I actually wanted you to pass in some HTML. So we'll say my second project and then close off that HTML tag, em. Now obviously you won't be passing in an entire HTML string here for most usual circumstances, but I just wanted to show you what would happen in case you wanted to test out the capabilities of Django for this views.py file. So I will save that, and then we need to link this new view to our URL. So I come over here to urls.py, scroll down, and then we have the URL patterns list. And just like we did last time, I'm going to say from, and in this case, it's going to be app2 import views, that views.py file. And then under URL patterns, I'm going to say URL, whoops, let's go ahead and tab that in. URL, using regular expression, I'm going to use, just like we did last time, the caret chevron with the $sign. And then as a second argument, let me make sure I only have one single quote there. I will say views dot index. So I call index off of that. And then we'll just give that the name index, comma, to complete that. And then finally, I need to edit my settings.py file under Pro2 to let the actual project know that my app2 application actually exists. So again, we come down here until we see installed apps, and I will add in here as an argument that app2, and then I will save this. Then we can actually run our server and make sure everything worked correctly. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll just come down here and I will say python manage.py run server. Hit enter. Let's make sure everything works out okay. Looks like we're running it here. So I'm going to copy this, put it into my browser, and hopefully we see that string my second project. And looks like it came out well. I'm going to drag it over. And we can see here we have my second project in italics. So it's actually able to understand that that's HTML when it reports back that view. And what I want you to do is sort of get used to this workflow of creating a project and creating applications. Hopefully you feel comfortable with the few commands that we've learned so far. All right, that's really all there is to this challenge. If you were getting stuck on anything or had any questions, feel free to post to the Q&A forums, and I'll be happy to help you out there. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you at the next lecture.